What's up, guys? Tony here from Tony's Toolbox. I'm doing something a little different the last couple weeks. I haven't really been recording my progress because I'm not a pro construction guy, if you will. So this shed is, I don't know, 50, 60 years old. And we used to have a ton of stones that I gave away that were in here, and they kind of broke everything. There was also holes in the ceiling and whatnot. The wood's a lot rotted through. The water dripped through, rotted out the floor. Anyway, I patched up the roof, as you can see. It was my first ever shingle job. I'm not done. I got to kind of trim the edges and stuff. Got a cut right here. I didn't want to really record it because I'm not a pro roofer or a pro shingler or whatever you want to call it. So, but I'm kind of happy for an amateur. The lines came out pretty straight, and it's just a junky old shed. Put a couple $100 into it. It was better than buying a new one. And so now I'm restoring the floor. What I did was I ran a bunch of 2x4s on the bottom. The floor is actually really solid except for the couple parts where the water was dripping over the years. But I just decided to elevate the entire thing. I'm already almost done, actually. I cut this piece of plywood, and the second one will fit right there. Luckily, it was 8 feet by 8 feet, so I just had to cut the corners off for where the 2x4s are. So like I said, it's not really my normal thing, but this is what I've been up to. We used to have all material in here for the company, and this, I'm hoping I can throw half of my, I don't know how the lighting's going to be, but I was hoping I could throw half of my garage in here to get more room. Here's one of the holes. It's the new OSB board on the top where I had to plug the holes for the roof. Like, they didn't even use plywood back in the day. They just ran whatever these are. 2x6s, something like that. You know, it's an old junky shed. I don't really care. Normally, I wouldn't tackle something this big out of my wheelhouse, but it's just such an old junky shed, and all it's got to do is hold some equipment. So even if it's not 100% watertight, it's a lot better than it was. So, you know, if everything's not 100% perfectly up to spec or code or whatever, it's good enough to hold some stuff. You know, it's not like it's my kitchen or something. So, everything's kind of rough. I'm just doing my thing. The floor's really, really solid now. It's not even screwed down yet. It's just laying there because I want to make sure I can wiggle the other one right here. So I'll kind of keep going and update the video in a few minutes or whatever when I'm done putting the other piece in. We can kind of take a walk around. This is what I've been up to. I know it's not my normal working on cars or talking tools, but it's what I've been doing. So, yeah, I'll be back in a few, guys. All right, guys. So, I know I skipped a couple steps, but again, this wasn't exactly a how-to. This isn't my area of expertise. I was just buttoning up this shed, so I figured let me finish. But look at the amount of stuff I got out of my garage, and we'll walk over there in a minute so I can show you guys. But I got the new floor installed. The last thing I have to do is trim the roof. I mean, for my first one, it came out pretty straight. You know what I mean? But the way I laid them out is I have a lot of overlap. So I got to still go through and trim the whole way up, button up the top a little bit with a couple nails. But that's all easy peasy. I'm not going to do that on camera. But this is the important thing. I got all this out of the garage. Also that big yellow stander, because some of the stuff came out of the second shed over here. So I was able to get my extra stander in here. This is the bigger one. This is the one that always had the equipment in it. But this thing took up so much room. So I took some of those smaller machines, threw them up on that shelf. Was able to squeeze this in there. I got the other Skag up there. Oh man, I am so happy. So there we go. Once again, new floors. Ran studs all across, as you could see in my earlier video, to put the plywood down on. New roof. Fixed up the shelves a bit. Oh my god. I got like 6 push mowers up there that need some work. Stuff that we don't exactly use. It's the big 30-inch Toro. Smaller Skag. My farm jack. Extra motors that I pulled off some machines that blew off. Parts. I actually want to run one more shelf. I know the lighting's terrible, but right over the doorway. I want to put something up here that maybe sticks out this far that I could just duck under and, you know, stick little knickknacks and stuff over there that are in the way. I got the tire changer, the engine hoist out of there. I know the lighting's kind of crappy. My engine stands over here, a couple extra bags that I gotta patch up with some sheet metal and whatnot. So that's that. And now let's go take a mosey on over to the garage. and I'll be able to show you guys the insane amount of room that I saved. Sorry about this. Almost there. There we go. So everything's out of here. I got these 2 bodies left, which will easily fit in the shed later, and a couple motors I'm going to be throwing on them. But all that stuff that was in front of the trailer is gone, and all this crap back here is almost gone. My buddy actually gave me this for free. It's a little steel bench. I'm going to use it as a welding surface. I mean, I used to use that extra thing that's leaning up against my toolbox, but that's junk. So that thing was just kind of a tray so I didn't burn down my bench. But now I have a legit welding station. My welder off to the side. I'm going to mount this vise, this really old vise. It's actually my old man's. Still works great. I'm just going to mount it on here. And also, this thing was sweet. I have to go buy new trays, but I can get this crap off my bench now. I mean, these will essentially be worthless then, but I can go get those plastic trays that hook up right on there and get these things off my bench too. And I'm probably going to move the drill press over there as well. So I'm going to have a lot more room on the bench. And then I still got all this room. I mean, there's still some cleaning to do and some reorganizing to do, but as soon as I get the rest of this crap out of here, I actually have some room for some extra stuff. Can maybe finally get a table saw and stuff. I've wanted one of those for years. There was just nowhere to put it. So, there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed. That's why I really haven't been posting too many videos. I've been getting ready for the season and doing a little construction. I think I said it in part 1, but I didn't film it because I don't want to do a how-to on something that I'm guessing on. I'm happy with the results for a 50-year-old shed, at least, you know, even if I only get a couple, you know, another 5-10 years out of her. It was only a few $100. It was, I think, 190-ish. I'm going to repaint them, so you figure maybe 210, 220. And I got out of them all the material out of that shed and was able to just clean up more and more. It'll probably look even different once I go through and throw away a few more things I don't need. But, man, I am stoked, guys. I got room to get to my boxes, room to get to my tools, room to do a little work. Got the new rubber mounted on the trailer. A lot of little stuff I've been doing, guys. So, yeah, I'll be back with more repair vids later. I'm wrapping all this up. We're going back to work soon, so stuff's going to start breaking. So the videos should get a little more frequent here very soon. Thanks for watching, guys.